let's bring in Sujata Paul, spokesperson Congress, who's been in Nagaland for the last month. Sujata, it appears at the moment that the Congress is getting squeezed out again. You got squeezed out in Tripura, where you were the major opposition for years, and you're getting squeezed out in Nagaland as well, where the BJP is making gains. That's why I said these elections are important from a national picture. That wherever it's BJP, Congress, the BJP, either with a regional party or on their own, are making gains.
The fact is that in Nagaland, democracy has been murdered big time today. And not just today, if you look at the pre-poll violence which was happening, it was signifying something. And the Gaoburas or the village councils about whom the Prime Minister spoke on the 24th of February when he came to Dimapur, those people are supposed to have met the Prime Minister. And today, it is the village councils which are not allowing people to vote. And I have letters with me. If you look at a letter from Kushiabil village council in Dimapur 3 constituency, we find that the NDPP official in that council is the chairperson. And he has said that only one person from one family is going to vote. Is this democracy? Can I complete?
Please complete.
Yes, so if you move towards Tizit, from where I'm getting phone calls, and we can see EVMs lying on the ground, and people were stopped from voting, people were intimidated, there was vandalism, people were not allowed to come out of their homes, and proxy voting has happened big time. In another one, Aulandal, where our candidate is so strong that the BJP and the NDPP, what they're trying to do is not just suppress democracy, but they're also trying to make them surrender after campaigning is over. Is that possible in any part of the country?
No, but that is something, ma'am, we go by the numbers. That's for you to battle it out with the election commission. There's an election commission presumably in this country. So you can't hold that alone responsible, because the margin is huge. That can be one factor.
No.
It cannot explain the slide of your party.
No, not at all. Rajdeep, this is what I'm trying to tell you. That people stand with the Congress even today. Even if you go into a village, people will say that we want to vote for the Congress party. No. But if democracy is going to be murdered in this way, and election commission is not going to take action, obviously this is not a free and fair election. But people have Congress not just in their heart, but they want to go and vote for the Congress party. If they're not going to be allowed to vote, how do you expect this to be a free and fair election? These are questions that I want to ask.
Okay, sure.
Also. And I have put, Rahul, I have also put up a whole lot of videos on my Twitter account, and you can see that women are standing with papers with, they have written over there that please let us vote, because these are all Congress supporters who were not allowed to vote at all. And it's not just 1, 2 or, some people, but in the 23 constituencies where we are.
Okay, Sujata, you've made your point. I just want to point out to our viewers, the NDPP, BJP combined vote share is likely to be around 49%. The Congress's vote share around 10. There's a 39% gap between the BJP, NDPP and the Congress. Now, I just want to point out, when the question was asked, why are you voting for the party that you are? For the development of the state, said 34% of the respondents, which essentially means, and this has happened in the Northeast in the past, that whichever is the party that rules at the center, Northeastern states often feel that hitching their fortunes to that party's bandwagon at that point in time is the most opportune thing to do, because the number of people asking for change or based on work, unemployment, those are far smaller factors. And in that context, Sanju Verma, the BJP is leveraging its presence at the center to make inroads into states like Nagaland, where the demography typically would not suit the BJP, and therefore very smartly being able to extend its footprint even in a state like Nagaland.
Rahul, you've given out the numbers, and since Rajdeep advised me about yoga, so मैंने सोचा कि let me not be belligerent and let me start with a bit of shairi. If you remember a few weeks back, Pradhan Mantri, on the floor of the Lok Sabha, he said something. I want to repeat that because the timing could not have been better. तुम्हारे नीचे से जमीन निकल गई है, तुम्हारे नीचे से जमीन निकल गई है, और कमाल तो ये है, तुम्हें अब भी यकीन नहीं है. तुम्हारे पांव के नीचे से जमीन निकल गई है, पर कमाल तो ये है, तुम्हें अब भी यकीन नहीं है. And that is the condition of a tattered and fractured Congress which refuses like the proverbial ostrich with its head under the sand to look at, I did not heckle this lady. Can you please stop her from heckling me? I was quiet
Sujata,
throughout.
she heard you.
Thank
She
you.
had her hand up, but she was quiet all through. Let
Yes,
her speak,
I was
please.
quiet, so please keep quiet now. It's not your turn. Digest the fact that you are a nobody in a party that is increasingly becoming completely irrelevant. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Rahul, can you ask this lady to please keep quiet?
No, come on now. Sanju Verma, you go ahead. We've got one more guest to come to. Quickly respond.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So the point is this. Democracy khatre mein hai. Proxy votes are being registered. EVMs are not working. I'm sorry. This is a broken record and the electorate is not willing to digest this bunch of regressive lies anymore. I want to just ask one very important thing. Why is it that the fact that the vote share and seat share as per your exit poll of the NPF has come down drastically? They won about 26 seats last time and you're not giving them more than 3 to 8 seats. But look at the fact that the NPF decline has not been capitalized by the Congress, which traditionally should have been the case. The decline in NPF seat share and vote share has been capitalized by Rio's NDPP or the BJP, which has managed to hold on to its seats. It will get 10 to 14, it got 12 last time. But look at the phenomenal rise in the NDPP's seats. I mean, from 18 seats, you're giving them 28 to 34. I mean, if they go at the upper end of what you're projecting, it's almost a doubling of what they got in 2018. And that is because, again, of the Labharti model. And one very important point which you need to know is that prior to the elections in Nagaland, Amit Shah personally went and met the key people, the key stakeholders of the Eastern Naga People's Organization who had threatened a boycott and said they will not allow peaceful polling. But the fact that the ENPO, the Eastern Naga People's Organization, has stood in solidarity with the BJP and the NDPP is a major factor.